Now then, my friends, that is New York City. That's downtown, that's midtown, and that's uptown. And over there is Hoboken, and right now I'm in Weehawken. And am I leaving the UK? Am I coming over to the US for good? Am I buying over here again? Is it goodbye to England? Well, it's yes and no, because I have come over this time to actually look at some apartments to buy a place back here over in Hoboken, where I used to have an apartment before. And what we're going to do this time while I'm here, I'm actually going to have a look around some apartments. I've got 3 in mind. It took a little while because I said on a previous video that I was going to buy back here, and people keep saying what's happening. I've been waiting for the right apartments to come up. Now, am I leaving the UK? Well, as I said, it's yes and no. I love the UK and my family's there, and I'm not leaving my family. My family comes first, so let's just get that straight before anybody says I'm just going to invest in a property back here again. Like for now, I'm here in Weehawken, and I'm stopping at the Sheraton, and it's cost me, I think, $1,400 for 6 nights. And I think here a lot, I might as well put that into a place here rather than giving it and putting it into the pockets of a hotel. So while I'm here, we're going to have a look around a few properties and a few apartments. One of them's a renovation. That's what I've been waiting for, because I like renovations, I like new builds, etc. And they're lined up for us in a later video, hopefully, fingers crossed. Nikki's sorting it for me. Nikki is the realtor that sold my apartment in Hoboken, and she's got some lined up for me, so I'm quite excited about that. Ferry's off to Manhattan there. If you're new to the channel, by the way, hit the subscribe button, click the little bell for notifications of when I upload new videos. I've also got a little bit of a funny story to tell you as well, so stay tuned for that one. Now, without further ado, my friends, let's go. Oh, now, there's no music on this video. It's a little walk and talk and a walk around, see a few sights, etc. Weather's gorgeous today. By the way, over there is the Hudson Tea building, and that was the very first place that I came to look at when I was buying a place over here in Hoboken. I actually lost money on that place because I put a deposit on it. It had a Manhattan City view, but then I found out there was 2 lots of management fees or something, and I pulled out of it. And I think I lost, good grief, I think I lost about, I can't remember, it was a lot of money. It was like $20,000 or something, non-refundable deposit, but in the end it worked out because I ended up down on Jefferson Street, which I loved. It was a lot cheaper. It was also a lot less for the management fees. Now, I will say, before people keep saying you're going to desert the UK, I love the UK. I don't dislike the UK. I don't listen to the news. I don't listen to the mainstream media. I think the UK is great. Yes, it has its bad points, but also so does the USA, and anywhere you go in the world. I look for the good points, and I love Hoboken, I love New York, and I love the feel of it. It's from going back when in my childhood when I used to watch American TV programs. It was magical, and it's like you're living in that magic. But I also like going back to the UK. And also, by the way, no, I'm not leaving my family. My family are going to come over and visit with me on weekends, etc. And not every weekend, obviously. It's a long way to come. Or is it? It's not really, is it, I guess, if you look at it. I mean, Australia's a long way, but when you travel a lot, nowhere's a long way, really, is it? It is, I guess, when you get older. But anyway, let's take a look around. I need a bite to eat. Got a funny story to tell you. I am not, by the way, Airbnb-ing out my place. I did it at the end of when I had Jefferson Street. And I had a ceiling fan on the ceiling, and the ceiling fan came off the ceiling. I'll tell you a little bit more about this. It's hilarious. They blamed me for it. You'll like this one. Come on, onwards. Now, as for visas, etc., I have a US visa, I have global entry, so for me, I don't have to queue up. People have heard me bang on about that all the time when I travel, and global entry does make it a lot easier. You basically just scan your passport and there are no queues, and that's the biggest drawback when you come over to the States, especially in JFK. Sometimes you can be waiting up to 2 to 3 hours, whereas I can go through in seconds basically. You just scan your picture on an app and that's it, you go straight through. But will I be going for a green card? Will I be going for citizenship? Well, I don't think there's any point at the moment, but I'm not going to rule that out. I do have very close relatives here as well, so I could go for that, but I like being I'm proud to be British, and I'll say British. I'll encompass everything, you know. So there we go. I mean, I'm half Scottish, but I do love it here. I absolutely adore the USA. And now don't mention the T word to me, right? Because I don't get political. I just love the country. I'm not interested in the politics. Same back in the UK. I do enjoy going home though. I'll get to this fan, by the way, in my apartment in Hoboken. You cannot write this. So when I sold my apartment over here a few years ago now, I think it's online, I actually have bank accounts here still, and I still have social security numbers, etc., from paying taxes here, etc. So I still have all that set up. So for me it's relatively straightforward because I've got my bank account here, and all I need to do is go and find a property and purchase it. So I'm looking forward to seeing a few of the different properties. The prices have gone up quite substantially since I had my apartment. In fact, if I'd have kept it, I probably would have been a lot better off. But back in the day when I sold it, needs must, lockdown hit and I needed to sell it. So that was my only option. And I said when I closed the door on the apartment, I'll be back. So I'm hopefully going to be back. Not in the same apartment though. Got to move on. Now, the fan. Let's find somewhere to rest you because my arm's aching. I also need a bite to eat. We're walking from Weehawken now over to Hoboken. Beautiful walk along the front. You can get all the way to Jersey City walking along this way. I'll get to this fan now. It is hilarious. Never Airbnb your property if you love it. Right, let me tell you this little story and then we'll carry on walking. I've got to get something to eat, but I've got to get like sushi or something. My stomach's absolutely killing me at the moment. I'm not eating any fried foods. At the end of sort of like the last year when I owned my apartment here, I started to Airbnb it out because I needed the money. Things were not going so well, lockdown had hit, etc. So I ended up selling my apartment, which was a sad time for me. I was still with my family. I was coming backwards and forwards all the time, and Sarah came over as well, and Harriet did as well. James wasn't born then, and I Airbnb'd it out, and I got a call off of Gina, who I must go and see actually. Gina, if you're watching, I must go and see. And she used to look after it for me while I was back in the UK. And she said, the fan's come off the ceiling in your bedroom. It was a light with a fan on. I said, it can't come off the ceiling. It was bolted to the ceiling. Bear with me, right? And she says, no, it has, and they're going to sue you. I said, what do you mean they're going to sue me? I said, because it's fallen off and the electrics are out of it. And I said, no. So I got a guy out and he went, nah, this has been pulled off the ceiling. Anyway, and it's... Before I say, by the way, right, it was a couple of gay guys that was renting it, and I don't have anything, because you've got to be really careful with social media. Oh, you're this. No, I have gay friends. I've not got a problem. In fact, my gay friends will probably find this funny. They eventually owned up that they were one of them was swinging from the fan on the ceiling. And I asked, they never answered me. They went, oh, well, sorry, we'll pay for a new fan for you. They never answered me, though, why they were swinging from a fan on the ceiling. I mean, I'd love to know. I'd love to find that one out. But there you go. So, no, I would never Airbnb my place ever again. If I'd just keep it here for myself and my family, and that's it. But I did have friends come over, which I used to let stay with me, but never again would I Airbnb a place. So there you go. Maybe if you're gay, why would you be swinging off a fan on the ceiling? It don't make any sense. I'd like to know that one. So this here is the Hudson Tea Building, which used to be a tea factory, and one of these apartments, I can't remember which one it was, I think it was almost the top floor up here, I think it was over this way, was one of the first apartments. That was the one that I almost bought. Well, I put my deposit on it and lost it, but an amazing view. This was the view I would have got from my window. Right, I need to get a bite to eat, so I'm going to take you up to Washington Street, which is the main street in Hoboken, which I've told you numerous times if you've watched the channel, but if you haven't, that's what I'm telling you again. I'm going to go and get a bite to eat. I think some sushi, something light on my stomach. Got real stomach problems at the moment with my hernia. I need to get that sorted out. And not over here though, good grief. That's one good thing about England, is the NHS. You can moan about it, but my mate's father-in-law got ill over here, and when he was over from England, and it cost something like $1.6 million for his hospital fees. Ouch. Now that is City Bistro, and it's very, very significant with this channel because my second ever video, ever vlog that I did was there from City Bistro. Check back and have a look at that one for me and tell me whether I'm right or not. And it was with Damien, Tractor Boy, who gets a lot of hate. Believe it or not, he was in the way back, the second ever video that I did, and I think we went over to a Salt and Battery over in the city for fish and chips, and that was it. Started off in City Bistro. So there we go, a little bit of information for you. Right, Washington Street. And that is Madison Bar and Grill, and you'll probably find me in there on most nights when I'm here in Hoboken, because that is one of my locals. There's there, and then there's Ale House, and then Willie McBride's. But a lot of the time we're in there, between there, Willie McBride's and Ale House, you'll find myself and Damien onwards. Can't wait to bring my lad James over here. Brought Harriet over, Paige and Caitlin have been over, but James loves fire engines and he would absolutely adore the American ones. I've said it before, but I love the trucks here. Everything is a little bit dated, isn't it? The trucks are left back, they're the same. I've said this one before. They're like the trucks that are in Duel, you know, Steven Spielberg's first movie, I believe, and I just love it, absolutely love it. Right, I'm getting hungry now because it's 12 minutes past 3 and I'm not eating today, so let's go and get something to eat. That was Elysian Cafe that you just saw there in the last clip. That's a nice place to go to as well. Nice bit of food and also a few drinks as well. My mum came over here a couple of times as well and stopped with me at the apartment, and she really enjoyed it. She liked it. She used to like going to A&P, which is now Acme, and do a bit of shopping. Now, things that are better in the UK. Well, I personally think that food's better in the UK because it's filled full of lots of stuff and additives over here. That's one. Two, dentists. Went to a dentist here, right? I broke my tooth and it fell out. And my mate was here at the time and we had to go to the dentist here for an emergency filling. And the guy literally crawled on top of me and did put his knees in me, and it was horrific. My dentist back in the UK is amazing. It's a pleasure to go to. It was like something off of a horror movie. Did a video there before. Benitadino's, the home of the largest slice of pizza. It is the largest slice, but it's also probably the worst. By the way, when I got back to my dentist back in the UK, I showed him what they'd done over here, and he actually said, to be fair, he said, that's a good job. He said, that would have lasted and outlasted your body. I was like, yeah, but anyway, I had a proper cap put in it or whatever, you know, and all my fillings redone whitened and everything. Not that I'm vain or anything. That's sad. Giovanni's used to be great pizza. That a lot of places closing down. Sign of the times, I guess. Now that's supposed to be a good doner kebab place back there, but if I eat that, I'll be in agony at the moment. So I'll give that one a miss. Right, I think I'm going to go for the Mackie roll lunch. 3 rolls, $15.95. Maybe the tuna avocado, California roll, and peanut avocado maybe. I think. Yeah, that sounds alright, doesn't it? Now come on, tell me this isn't the perfect place to have lunch. Well, it's a late lunch, isn't it? It's more of a dinner, isn't it? But what a view. Financial district down there, Empire State over there, and my sushi just there. Why wouldn't I want to buy a place back here again? Right, let's have a look what we've got in here. I hope, because she did say, yeah, chopsticks are in there. I've got miso soup to start with, and then giving me a menu as well. Oh wow, the sushi looks amazing. Tell you what, let's try the miso soup first. And she's given us a spoon, and yes, it's plastic and not a blooming paper cardboard one. That's can't be doing with them. Let's try this miso soup. Let's take this lid off, and it's in a plastic container as well, so there we go. Take that. Right, here we go. Miso soup. What we got in there? A little bit of cabbage. Ooh, that's tasty, nice and salty and spicy. Just what the doctor ordered. Sushi in a minute. Right, bit of a funny angle there, but I haven't got anywhere to rest you. So we've got some of the rolls here. I think I'm going to keep my sauce there and just dip the rolls in. Let's have a look at this. Oh, look at that bad boy. Dip it in there. Got a little bit of ginger as well. Now some would say that I need wasabi. Oh, there is a bit of wasabi in there as well. Tell you what I'll do with the wasabi, because it has got a bit of a kick. I'll put it in with the soy sauce there. Not the most flattering of angles this, I have to say. We'll just take that, pop that into there. I absolutely love sushi. Right, I'll see you in a minute. I just played that footage back. Wasn't a good angle. I'm not that fat, honestly. It's the angle. By the way, the peanuts in this, I've never had peanuts in sushi before, but it works. It works. I've got to tell you, peanut and avocado sushi, never had it before, but it's nice. It works. Thoroughly enjoyed that. That's the kind of stuff that I like to eat when I'm not on camera. Because people say, how do you eat all that fried stuff all the time? I don't. So there we go. Right, let's answer the question. Am I moving to the United States? Am I moving to Hoboken? I'm buying a place here at the moment, baby steps. Will I move here permanently? Who knows? I would love to, but then again, I always like moving around from here over to the UK. But who knows what the future will bring. But first things first, we're going to look at some properties here. Mickey, my realtor who sold my other place, is setting a few up for me. One I have in mind, which I've been waiting for, which is a renovation. And then if I can get it and I can buy one here, then the family will come over and visit me, etc., and keep coming over with me. So I'll be going backwards and forwards, so I won't be leaving the family for long periods of time. I did that anyway for about, crikey, I think up until Harriet was about 7. I was living here and I was going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. In fact, I went backwards and forwards over the Atlantic that many times I think my feet got wet. So there we go. It's a good investment. I won't be renting it out. And I love it here, so and I did say I'd be back. I'm not showing off in any way, shape or form before the keyboard warriors start. It's an investment. I've worked hard for it, and I appreciate it. And I also want to thank my mum and dad, because I wouldn't have been working as hard as I did if it wasn't for my mum and dad. I think, crikey, I think I'd have probably been in prison if it wasn't for them. So thank you for watching. I'm going to say hi to Harriet, James, Paige. Actually, I should say it in order, shouldn't I? Paige, Caitlin, Harriet, James, Sarah. I'm going to say hi to you all, and I'll also even say hello to my ex-wife Sharon as well. I can't be that bad if my ex-wife still has anything to do with me. So there we go. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that little update. Do hit the subscribe button, and as I say, I've got some properties lined up with Nikki. Touch wood, we can get them on camera. I'm trying to get authorization for it, so touch wood, we shall get authorization and I can show you the properties and do a little video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Right, I'm going to meet Damien now. It's Friday, so I think I might have a little drink with him and then retire early. Bye bye. Love you all.